it's funny, like you say that you're kind of crafting all this for years and years and years before the actual recording of the album, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
it seems like when a band comes out with something that gets really big, like Teenage Dirtbag did, it kind of took off, and the idea is like, oh, they're an overnight success, and oh, look at this. And it's like, do you ever look at that and think like, how rude is that? It's like this has been
Uh,
5, 6, 7 years in the
Everyone wants
making.
to believe that. Everyone wants to believe that there's some sort of mythical like magic thing that happens. And the
Yeah,
truth is that that's like there's a lot of stuff that has to come together, a lot of good fortune and a lot of luck and the right relationships, and you got to be savvy and make sure that you don't lose what you're working on, because if it is worth something, there's lots of people out there willing to take it from you without
yeah,
paying you a thing. And I had experienced a few of those moments. So um, but that's all the sort of like look under the hood stuff that nobody wants to think about. They just want to hear about the magic time that Kurt Cobain met Dave Grohl and they just hit it off, and it was like, next thing, like Smells Like Teen Spirit was on the charts, like that.
yeah.
That's a nice little fairy tale, but there's no band that happened for.
No, I think the only types of bands I can even think of that's even sort of true is like maybe like a boy band that was like crafted in a lab. It's like, here are these songs, you're pretty, sing these, and then it's like they blow
Yeah,
up,
well, two
right?
two things are required for that, right? Even like take any boy band, right? Those kids work so hard on those dance routines. They have to get their voices ready. They have to know how to sustain it. They have to know how to put on a smile when their tour manager has dragged them around the whole planet for the last 72 hours and they haven't been able to hit the bathroom and get a breakfast or anything. Like those kids work way hard. I've caught a little when my friends Josh Devine and Sandy Beals are the bass player and the drummer for One Direction. We did some work together after One Direction covered Teenage Dirtbag. We
Yeah,
hooked up and met and did some stuff. And they invited me to a few of those stadium shows. I was there with them for one or two of the East Coast gigs, and that is work. Those kids are working. And I remember thinking, better you than me, man. I don't want to have like this is way too big for anything. I'd never want to be this big. No way. Like this is like too hard. And you know, all the hassle and the bullshit that comes along with it also. Like being an indie band that owns their own publishing and can make their own money and is accessible to people, to people's imagination and to people's dreams and hopes and things in a sustainable way. That's all I ever want.
yeah,
That's the golden ring for me. Um, but they work so hard, and they're like even those fairy tale presentations were worked on by the Svengalis in the back room for years and years and years before they came together and happened. So